another edition of the Fort Dorchester High School Coaches Show. I'm the voice of the Patriots, Richard Todd, here with Athletic Director and Head Varsity Football Coach Steve LaPrade as the Patriots get ready to take on the Stall Warriors. And Coach, before we go into that game, let's talk about sort of the after effects of that Goose Creek game. I mean, it was a great game. It was entertaining. It was frustrating having touchdowns called back, but it showed resiliency to come back and face right there at the end with the goal line stand. What do you do going against a Stall team coming off of a week like that against Goose Creek?
Yeah, I told them we still hadn't played our best football, and the season's running out. So, but there's one thing about this group, we came from behind up at Myrtle Beach, and then we kind of stood our ground at Goose Creek last week. So, that's the good thing about this team. They're winners. They don't mind competing. They're going to fight to the end. They're never going to give up. So, you can go a long ways with somebody like that. And obviously, Stall's had a rough season. You're kind of going from a really tough game to probably a game that's not going to be that tough. Of course, you don't know till you get there. Mm-hmm. But it was tough. I thought we had a good week of practice, and I think they were ready to go tonight.
Well, hard to believe, but only a few weeks left in the regular season, and we'll go to the first quarter highlights coming up with Fort Dorchester at Stall as the Fort Dorchester High School Coaches Show continues next.
We can't run the ball without the offensive line. So, offensive line, you're my offensive player of the game against Stall. I know all of you got in, and we ran the ball. First unit, second unit, third unit. So I'm very, very proud of the offensive line. You deserve it. So offensive line, you're our player of the game versus Stall.
The race is long, and you're still running. You have goals to reach, dreams to chase, and games to play. If arthritis, torn tendons, twists, or strains threaten to stand in your way, don't delay. Trust the orthopedic experts at Roper St. Francis Healthcare. We offer same-day appointments, online scheduling, and more than a dozen close-to-home locations. Visit rsfh.com/ortho now.
Hey girl, what's your name?
Tammy.
You come here often?
Every 3,000 miles.
Can I buy you a can of oil?
Well, with a grill like that, you can buy me whatever you want.
I like it. Want to get out of here and go burn some rubber?
Import Service Center is a full-service maintenance and auto repair facility. For the best vehicle services at affordable prices, come by Import Service Center right in the heart of North Charleston and Somerville.
Welcome back to the Fort Dorchester High School Coaches Show. The Patriots go on the road to that beautiful new district stadium. They're off of 526, taking on the Stall Warriors, and we get into the highlights. And right off the bat, I know you guys love starting quick, and that first drive went right down the field. Zoltan with the pass to Boots Mitchell, and they'll go up 7-0. But I know you like those quick starts.
I do. That facility is beautiful.
Yep.
It's the first time I had been there, and it's the first time we had played in it. We've never went to Stall. We've always kind of bought them out. So this is the first time we've ever went there in the new stadium. But man, boy, I'd like to have a field like that. That is beautiful. That is really
You're not
nice.
a fan of the natural grass over the turf?
I am. I like to have that stadium and the whole setup and just put me some grass.
That stadium looks exactly like the one they have at Wando, so it had some similarities.
It is. I think it's pretty close to the same stadium. Wando obviously built their stadium after the school was put up, so they had to kind of fit it in. Where the thing I like so much about the stadium tonight was, had so much land. It was easy to get in, get out, park, and I was very, very impressed with it. Charleston County did really, really good with that stadium.
Absolutely.
Nice.
It was good to see the Patriots there and then get on top 7-0.
Yep.
The defense, one thing I noticed in the first quarter from your starting front line, pressure up front.
Well, I don't think we gave a first down up tonight. I don't think we gave one single first down up. The only first downs they got were on penalties. So that's pretty good defense, and we played everybody we had. We started subbing in the second quarter.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. You had a couple of plays that would have been touchdowns, but some drops on fourth down, but a couple of drop passes that would have been touchdowns. But you get an interception back, and all of a sudden it's resulted into Demetrius McKelvey to go up 14-0. But I know that you could have had a couple of TDs even before that.
We could have, but they're going to drop some. They don't drop many, that's for sure.
True.
And, we had trouble last year. We played and we dropped the ball, and I was kind of waiting on it to happen. I'll be doggone. I think I might have some prophecies in me somewhere. I don't know. Been called a lot of things, but a prophet's not one of them. But, we dropped some balls I thought that normally we would catch.
And some troubles on the punt team for a stall, which gave us great field position as well. And generally, it was a great first quarter for Fort Dorchester, as you said, shutting them out offensively, and our offense getting a couple of touchdowns to go up 14-0. And there's a lot more highlights to come and a lot more to talk about as we'll move into the second quarter with Fort Dorchester a stall coming up here on the Fort Dorchester High School Coaches Show next.
My defensive player of the game against Stall is the entire defense. I think our defense gave up one first down tonight. Everybody on defense played. So there's no way I could pick one person out when they do such a fantastic job. So the whole defense, you get my defensive player of the game against Stall.
The race is long, and you're still running. You have goals to reach, dreams to chase, and games to play. If arthritis, torn tendons, twists, or strains threaten to stand in your way, don't delay. Trust the orthopedic experts at Roper St. Francis Healthcare. We offer same-day appointments, online scheduling, and more than a dozen close-to-home locations. Visit rsfh.com/ortho now.
Hey girl, what's your name?
Tammy.
You come here often?
Every 3,000 miles.
Can I buy you a can of oil?
Well, with a grill like that, you can buy me whatever you want.
I like it. Want to get out of here and go burn some rubber?
Import Service Center is a full-service maintenance and auto repair facility. For the best vehicle services at affordable prices, come by Import Service Center right in the heart of North Charleston and Somerville.
Welcome back to the Fort Dorchester High School Coaches Show as the Patriots are on the road at the Stall Warriors, leading 14-0 as we go into the second quarter. And the first play of the second quarter, Michael Smalls with a 13-yard touchdown run. He had a good game. The offensive line had a good game. The offense as a whole really could kind of move at will, it seemed.
Yeah, we ran the ball a bunch tonight. We know we can throw the football, but we've really been working on running the football. So I was glad that we ran the ball as much as we did tonight. I thought we, did a lot better blocking, a lot better running the football. So, that's got to be a staple for us. We got to be able to run the football.
And this is a game where you also want to make sure that you come out with no injuries and you're healthy for the last two regular season matchups.
Yeah, we had one of our guys pull a little hamstring, but really besides that, we've been, knock on wood, we've been pretty injury free. We had some stuff early in the year, but I think the weightlifting and all we do and the stretching and the band work and all has kind of helped us. We kind of been healthy all year.
You mentioned also the opportunity to get a lot of backups in and get some playing time, basically get everybody on the field tonight.
I was so glad we had. I mean, like I said, we started subbing either toward the end of the first quarter or right at the first or second quarter, especially on defense. So, it was good. I mean, those guys practice and they want to play, and it was good to see them play because they're going to be our future. So, I thought that the guys came in and did a really good job. Like I said, defense starts subbing very, very early. Some of our starters on defense probably didn't play 10 plays, 10, 12 plays.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. When you're standing on the sideline and you see that defensive play, they hit.
Yeah,
they hit. And that's one thing we talk about being slobber knockers, some of those major hits. They hit, and the other team can feel it, not only during the game, but probably after the game as well.
Yeah, we do. That's kind of our theory, play hard, play fast, and play physical. So that's kind of what we're kind of all about.
Another thing standing on the sidelines is some of these guys are really big. For instance, Demetrius McKelvey seemed like a man among boys at times. Zoltan had a 40-yard touchdown pass to him to go up 28-0.
Yeah, he's really came into his own. I mean, he's a great athlete. You know, he's a good basketball player too. He's really came into his own. You know, he's always been a good athlete, but he didn't catch the ball that great last year. And we kind of used him more at tight end. We kind of thought he was going to grow in, and you say he's big, but we really thought he was going to be at 245, 250. And, you know, he's about 230, somewhere in there. So we put him out, and he's just such a mismatch for corners and defensive. I mean, he is, you know, and we can run jet sweeps with him. You know, he came in and played some quarterback tonight. He's just a good athlete.
Well, more punt troubles for Stahl gave you a short field. You couldn't put it in for the touchdown. You got a 32-yard field goal. Let me ask you about the kicking game. Notice Chase Kennedy wasn't doing hardly any kicking tonight, and you had some of the other people get in and do some kicking. Chase came in when we missed a PAT actually in the third quarter. But talk about the kicking game tonight, because I saw also a lot of touchbacks on the kickoff.
Chase he's really, really, really good kicker, and he's been struggling. I don't know what's going on, you know. And we kick. We have different zones that we kick the ball in, and he missed them 2 in a row, which he's a good enough kicker. He shouldn't do that. So I figured, I said, you know, hell, we'll just put somebody else in there. And it was good to see Nick Smith. You know, him and Jeremy Wilson are both kickers for us. Nick came in, kicked 2 or 3 in the end zone. So
it was good to see some touchbacks.
It's good to see some competition. And, you know, if Nick continues to do that, he'll take over the kickoffs for us, you know. But, you know, Chase he's a really good athlete, and you know he's just got to get his head on straight and start doing a little bit better kicking.
Well, then Nick McGill with a nice interception as Live 5's Ann McGill sitting in the stands and rooting on her son, and it was Michael Smalls and Demetrius McKelvey, a couple of penalties, unsportsmanlike, and the helmet coming off, getting another unsportsman. But all of a sudden, and you pointed this out to me. Fort Dorchester scored 3 touchdowns in 15 seconds. 2 of them were called back. The third one was Zoltan's 40-yard touchdown pass to Trey Ryan.
Yeah, it was. You know, I know it sounds horrible. We're penalized so bad, but you know, I don't think we had one penalty all night that kind of upset me. You know, I really don't like our kids running their mouth, and we had one even though he's running his mouth to our own player. He ran his mouth. So, but besides that, really our penalties were. I mean, you know, unsportsmanlike to continue to play when your helmet comes off. Hey, you can't, you know, that's not so bad. You know, I think we had one roughing the passer, which I thought was kind of quick. But, you know, it is what it is. I thought we played pretty clean tonight. I was happy with that.
It was a 24-point second quarter for the Patriots to go up 38-0 at halftime. We'll get to second half highlights as the Fort Dorchester High School Coaches Show continues next.
If arthritis, torn tendons, twists, or strains threaten to stand in your way, don't delay. Trust the orthopedic experts at Roper St. Francis Healthcare. We offer same-day appointments, online scheduling, and more than a dozen close-to-home locations.
Hey girl, what's your name?
Tammy.
You come here often?
Every 3,000 miles.
Can I buy you a can of oil?
Well, with a grill like that, you can buy me whatever you want.
I like it. Want to get out of here and go burn some rubber?
Import Service Center is a full-service maintenance and auto repair facility. For the best vehicle services at affordable prices, come by Import Service Center right in the heart of North Charleston and Somerville.
Welcome back to the Fort Dorchester High School Coaches Show. The Patriots lead 38-0 at halftime on the road at the Stahl Warriors as we get into the third quarter. And Coach, I know that we don't want to focus on penalties, but to address this towards the Patriot fans out there, concerns that a penalty at some point in a major moment in a major game in the postseason is going to come back to bite you. We had a couple of major penalties to start the third quarter and had some TDs called back before Zoltan hooked up with Demetrius McKelvey again on a 21-yard pass. But what do you say to Patriot fans about not worrying about that?
Well, I can't tell them not to worry because I worry about it. You know, penalties just screw everything up. You know, it gives them, when you're on defense, it gives them first downs that they can't earn. And when you're on offense, it puts you behind the sticks, and it really totally changes your play calling. So, I mean, penalties are huge. I mean, they are huge.
How do you coach not getting them?
I mean, some of the things we do, I told you before, we're going to kind of get a few penalties because we're aggressive.
Yes, hitting
and
hard.
We're physical. You know, the stupid penalties are the ones that bother me.
Those are the ones that make you lose your voice in a game or something like that.
They bother me, you know. And I thought tonight we had one stupid penalty. I think all the other stuff, you know, was I can deal with. You know, not that I liked it. I mean, some of the stuff. Like I said, you know, we do this show before I can sit and watch the film, so it's hard for me to say, you know, I don't think that was a good call or it was a good call. It's not fair. You know, I think I know what I saw, but until I see it, you know, I won't really know because I know those guys are trying to do a good job out there. So.
Well, and that would be the end of Zoltan's night, but he had a great night. It was a 45-0 lead, and you get some more backups in as well. You had one play where there's an interception that was fumbled. And obviously, the player was down, but they ruled it a fumble, turned the ball over.
I think it was Nick McGill, wasn't it?
I think it was.
Nick. Yeah, I mean, you know that. See, that's a huge play.
Yes, it could have been in a major moment of the game.
I saw him roll over 2 or 3 times before the ball came out. So, you know, but what are you going to do? They say it's the other team's ball, it's the other team's ball, you know, just like the punt. You know, we kind of blocked the punt, and it went off to the side. And my goodness, they were going to give it to them. You know, it's got to go. The rule is the ball has to go over the line of scrimmage, and it obviously did not. So. But they corrected that one, so that was a good thing. And
then getting the backups in, and Davis with a 2-yard touchdown run to make it 51-0. Also with the backup lineman in the offensive line. Great to get the reps for those guys to see them produce.
It was, you know, we got Demetrius in there a little bit at quarterback, and you know, in case something happens to Zoltan, obviously we'd limp home with him, and you know, you know, we got our little young buck in there, number 16. Put him in and let him play some quarterback, and I think we had. I know we played all of our running backs, so it was a good night. You know, all of our offensive, defensive linemen, they all got in. All of our wide receivers got in. You know, I think we almost one of our backups at wide receiver. I think a couple of them almost had touchdowns tonight. So it was good.
Well, and that's where Chase Kennedy had that missed PAT to make it 51-0 after the end of 3 quarters. We'll get to the 4th quarter, and we'll preview the regular season home finale against West Ashley coming up as the Fort Dorchester High School Coaches Show continues next.
Coach of the Week this week against Stahl is Rashad Smith. Rashad Smith played here at Fort Dorchester. He's my second player to come back and coach here. Kevin White obviously was the first, and Rashad's the second. He played at Newberry, coached the year up at Irmo before coming down this way. He does a great job. He's a big-time motivator. He's young. The kids really get into, he's got some little saying that he does, and the kids really get into it. So Rashad just had a new little baby girl, Keegan, and he's trying to work that out. And coach too, and as you new dads know how tough that is. So Rashad Smith, I'm proud to announce you as our coach of the game against Stahl.
If arthritis, torn tendons, twists, or strains threaten to stand in your way, don't delay. Trust the orthopedic experts at Roper St. Francis Healthcare. We offer same-day appointments, online scheduling, and more than a dozen close-to-home locations.
Hey girl, what's your name?
Tammy.
You come here often?
Every 3,000 miles.
Can I buy you a can of oil?
Well, with a grill like that, you can buy me whatever you want.
I like it. Want to get out of here and go burn some rubber?
Import Service Center is a full-service maintenance and auto repair facility. For the best vehicle services at affordable prices, come by Import Service Center right in the heart of North Charleston and Somerville.
Welcome back to the Fort Dorchester High School Coaches Show, with the Patriots holding a commanding 51-0 lead at the Stall Warriors as we move into the fourth quarter. And again, Coach, the theme of getting a lot of reps for a lot of backups, the future of the Patriot football program, and it's great to get them in, including third-string quarterback with a nice 25-yard touchdown pass to seal the deal there at 58-0.
It was good to see Ham come in there and throw. You know, we really wanted to run the ball and run the clock out. And they were sending the house. You know, I told the coach one time, you know, I said, why, when we're trying to run the clock out and not pound y'all, do you start blitzing everybody? I said, guys are getting killed. You're blitzing 11 people.
Well, we mentioned to people the fact that when these backups come in, they want to play hard.
Well,
they want to do it. This is their chance. So it's not like you're running up a score. You're playing football.
But we were content with just running the football. If we happened to score, we scored. But we didn't want to throw the ball. Well, they had so many people coming.
You couldn't.
There's another way we'd get killed. They were all over us. And so I told them, I said, well, just throw a screen. Touchdown. You know, and so that's kind of why we did it.
Let me ask you, when you come off a game like this, is there any concern of any apathy or lethargy against the team that's totally outmatched with Stall? Especially, does it mean you have a harder week of practice before you get ready, say, for West Ashley next week?
Well, I don't know about that. You know, I hate it for those kids at Stall. You know, it's just tough for them. They don't have the size. You know, their school's not that large. They just don't have that many athletes to choose from, but it's more of a logistic thing, because if they should be a 4A school, but if they are, they have to, the travel would just be horrible. They'd be down in the Beaufort area in that region, so they appealed to the 5A to get in 5A, and they did, and it's because they got good kids, and I mean, you got to take your hat off to them. I mean, you know, they have a tough time being successful with those kids. They kind of hang in there, but you know, I don't think, you know, back to your question, I mean, you know, we got West Ashley next week. They're undefeated in the region. They're leading us, really. I think they're 3-0 or 2-0. You know, they put it on Somerville tonight. So that'll be you know, they were ranked in the top 10 in the state at the beginning of the season, and kind of had some people get hurt and COVID issues and everything else, and dropped a couple games, and now they've, you know, they beat the fool out of Ashley Ridge, and they beat the fool out of Somerville, you know, back to back, and then they had Stall the week before that. So they probably outscored the opponents, gosh, probably 150, 145, 150 to probably 14 or 21. So they're a explosive team. They got good running backs, got a good quarterback, got some good athletes. So we're going to be on top of our game. You know, this is right now. I mean, Somerville and West Ashley and us are kind of still in it, but you know, it's going to be a big game. We got to get a big crowd there, and hopefully we got to play our best ball.
Yeah, it's going to be first place in the region on the line as the West Ashley Wildcats come to Bagwell Stadium. So come out and support your Patriots on Friday, October 22nd, and then the regular season finale will be at Somerville, October 29th, and then the postseason looms, but there's lots yet to come. So get out and support your Patriots, and thank you for watching this edition of the Fort Dorchester High School Coaches Show.